All right. Welcome, everybody. We are back at it. And the key word for us all is consistency. It is the year of consistency for Darkness with the Ginger Hue. I am one of multiple hosts of this show. We have many faces, many costumes. Today, it's SirToks, La Voice. And
Still
yes,
placating to the francophones, are we?
I'm trying to get the French in. I need to get them in. Even if they don't understand me, I need to bring them in. You have to hear me and see me. But anyways, yes, your boy SirToks is in the building, and I cannot do this without my compadre in the 905/416/ isn't there another one? 647
Oh yeah.
Slang Hugh. Yours truly.
Greetings and salutations. We back at it like a crack addict on a craftmatic. Hope everybody's good.
I'm taken back by that one, but yeah, we good.
Hey,
we good, man.
Hey, crack addicts have to sleep too sometimes.
This is true. When they stop, right?
In between hits.
Yeah, in between exactly. Hits. They don't stop. They keep on going. So we got a full house today. Slang, let them know who's in the building with us today.
Well, in the interest of everybody being an adult, we're gonna let them introduce themselves. So well, I don't even know. Are you guys seeing it the same way I'm seeing it? But we'll go
squares.
4 squares. Okay. So we'll start with the lady to the left bottom.
Who's that though? Who's your left or my left? Me?
There you go.
Okay.
You.
This is one hell of a show, buddy.
Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on here. My name is Devon MD Jones. Some of you may know me as Slang's girlfriend, but I have a lot of things that I do outside of being his partner.
Very little things, not as important, but go ahead.
She put that stamp. I'm not only an arm piece, I've got everything.
Started with the most important thing. Let's go. Go ahead.
And I 100% agree. Consistency is the key for 2026. It's also the year of the horse, and I'm a horse. So starting in February, watch out. We are galloping across the 2026.
Okay, before we go into our final guest here, I'm taken back. How serious do people believe of the Zodiac and the year of, the snake and the goat and the horse and how much is that really in your realm, Ms. Jones?
You could have asked that question after the introduction.
Well, I mean,
so that everybody can answer.
Okay, you know what? Fine, my apologies.
Hold that, table that. Before she finishes her introduction, tell them what else you do, Devon. Promote yourself.
What else do I do? I am, as I talked about this morning, I am a multi-hyphenate. I am a stretch therapist. I am a personal trainer. I am a reflexologist. I am a movement therapist. And I am also the operations director for the Stretch Therapist Incorporated.
There you go. I love
it. Just dropping. Are you sure you're not Nigerian? Because that's what they do. They drop every title.
You know what? I'm not sure.
At some time. And me. So 23 and me. We'll get you hooked up.
At a time, I could have been. For sure.
It definitely sounds like there's some Jamaican in there. Because with this, I do this, that, this.
Amen.
Jamaican.
I'm Caribbean.
I'm rubbing off, Latonya.
Other islands.
Come on. I have 23 jobs.
Other islands also work very hard.
And next to you is the next lady.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
I am LT. I will make this very short because there's a lot. So yeah, I come from the food industry. A lot of people know me for my food videos. I do a lot of food videos and food and stuff. But once the pandemic hit, I switched different routes and I went back to school. I took health and life coaching, and now I work with the youth justice department, volunteer work, but and I do food, and food will always be there. It's a part of my life. So yeah, that's it. LT food, and youth justice.
Love
I
it.
like
SirToks,
that.
this is a clear example of women doing way more than men.
Mm.
'Cause-
I was gonna say this is a melting pot of professions that I'm like I wasn't ready for. I'm like, wow.
I don't do all that stuff. I don't do a lot.
My name is Stokes. I go to work and come home. That's all I got. That's all I got.
I'm a
sorry.
great friend and
That's it.
podcaster. Well, yeah,
That's it.
welcome, ladies. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Okay, now I'm going to go to the Zodiac.
Yes,
situation.
go back to your question.
Okay, yes. Now, again, how much collateral do you put in this whole year of the whatever animal it is? And is it a subconscious feeling, or do you think things actually go along with what is being said of the year of the whatever?
My horoscope, a North American horoscope, is the as a Leo. But my Chinese horoscope is horse, the year of the horse. And I think there's a lot of value in following it. I think what Slang always says is you can create whatever you believe, right? So if you have a belief that this works for you, then you can make that work for you, right? So it's literally like in the same way that religion works for a lot of people, where if you read the word and then it helps you on a trail and a path to follow. So I think that works in the same realm with horoscopes a lot of the time. So the year of the horse is supposed to be a really great year for most people, because the year of the snake was a year of shedding, right? So, the snake shed skin. So it's a lot of, if you look back, I feel like last year was a very big year of growth for me. And that was the year of the snake, which is what happens, right? You're shedding skin, you're learning new tools. And now the year of the horse, you're supposed to take all those things that you learned and you're supposed to run with it, because those horses be galloping like a mug.
See, that makes a lot of sense right now, considering, again, I'm thinking podcast wise, where we were kind of starting our thing, and now we've got our mojo and we're just boom, boom, boom. And we've seen success already in a short period of time. So again, Miss LT, now how about you chiming in on the Zodiac situation?
I'm not really into the Zodiac thing and the horoscope stuff, but I know that I could say, like, when people ask, I'll say Cancer, because I know that's what it is. But I always looked forward to the Chinese New Year, though, because there's a lady I used to work with that would always give me a
red
beautiful envelope and a beautiful calendar with like a golden animal on it. And I would always look forward to her giving it to me, and I would put it on my wall, and it would, I loved it. But for me, I'm a big believer in only you can create your own happiness. So I know Omar, like, he's known me for many years, so he knows like the foolishness I do on video, and I laugh a lot. I do things all the time just to have fun, and it's only because I can create that myself. So when people, they come with sadness, depression, and how come you always do this and that? I'm like, well, because I want to do it, and it's something I want to do, so I create it. And I'm always on the scooter. I'm always like having fun, like wall climbing, doing all these things, because you can do all that stuff if you want to do it. You just buy a ticket and go do it. So
you're 100% right there. Well said there. Just go by the seat of your pants and do what makes you feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
Fulfills you, right? It doesn't have to fulfill anybody else. If it makes you happy, go off and do it. All right. And you might not like it, but you won't know unless you try. So again, shout out to Miss LT with that knowledge, that nugget. And now you, Slang. What about you in the Zodiac?
I like to usually say I don't believe in much because I think I believe in everything, but nothing in a singular way. Like, I think they're all coping mechanisms that we need to get through life, whether it be Zodiac, whether it be religion, like Devon was saying, whether it be exercise, gym. People use various outlets to cope with this thing called life, especially in the adult stages of our life. So I think all of it has merit. But if for me personally, I don't delve into any of it too much because I think it takes away. If you're into it, like it can be an excuse to be a certain way when you don't have to be that way. Just because your horoscope says this, just because your holy book says that, doesn't mean that that's who you are. And I think sometimes that we define ourselves by these beliefs, which I mean we do that anyway. But I try not to be steadfast in what I believe as that's the way that it should be. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna finish off with this. I think a lot of the stuff that people read about Zodiac is almost like coincidence. It's like, oh, it's in my head. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like me. So they'll run with it. Now again, I'm not hating because I think again I'm an Aries. So when I read what an Aries is, I'm thinking,
Oh, you're an Aries. No, I'm
it's like,
joking.
yeah, that is me. I mean,
I don't even know what that means, bro. I was gonna do it to Latanya too, but I was
based on what I've read about the Aries and the lore about that zodiac, it aligns with who I am, and I'm like, is it me kind of putting my thought and thinking, or is it just coincidence that that's what it is? So again, I mean, some people will say I'm half this and half that. Some days I'm this, sometimes I'm that. So you're either picking one zodiac, or you're picking two, or you're a blending of three.
It depends on and there's different levels to it. So like there's a surface level of it where you're like, say on the basic horoscope that most of us look at, the zodiac we look at, which is like Leo, Cancer, Aries, Virgo, and you can look at that, but then that's your sun sign, right? You also have your moon sign. You also have, there's one more that I can't remember or whatever, right? So you have different signs. If you get your chart read, that takes you to the next level, right? Because it tells you all your different signs according to the full zodiac. That basic, just Leo, saying I'm a Leo is not everything. You also have to take into effect the societal factors, right? That affect who you are, right? So how were you raised? What is your race? Are you an only child? Do you have siblings? What are their signs? Like there are so many things that affect that one thing that it's not just one thing. It doesn't stand alone, right? If you just take everything on that face value, because there's people who will be like, I'm a Leo. They'll be like, oh, you a Leo? Oh, we don't talk to Leos, you know, or you're like this, you know? And there's so many things. My sister, who's 4 years older than me, is a Leo. Two Leos, women Leos cannot live in a household.
So they say. That's one of those things.
By that alone. So in that, one of those Leos has to adjust accordingly, right? And I'm the younger one. So guess what? So I'm not as Leo or as the Leo sign would say, right? Because I had to adjust based on my circumstances.
So so there was an alpha Leo, and then you were the beta. So you kind of had to check yourself.
We ain't beta, baby.
There's nothing wrong with being beta. That's a whole different conversation.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong.
I was just trying to say you're a lower tier.
I know you weren't saying that, but I think a lot of people buy into that idea that if you're not alpha, you're not. Alpha's the thing to be. Some alphas are the worst. So
I don't even believe in the alpha beta. So
that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing that people use to gauge their personality. And like she said, I just think our lives are all different. That it's like none of these things are exact. So that's why I don't live by them. They're just they're indicators. That's what I should say.
But you can use them. You can use them to help you connect, to help you understand people, right? So if like, let's say, okay, so LT, you're a Cancer. Are you a July Cancer or a June Cancer?
June
Cancer. Okay, so one of the things about June Cancers that they say is June Cancers are sensitive, right? Emotionally sensitive. That is something that if I know I'm talking to you as a Leo who is notoriously known for being insensitive, if I know that you're a Cancer, automatically I'm like, oh, I gotta calm it down and be a little more considerate of you because I know that you're a little bit more sensitive.
Does that come before or after you know her zodiac sign?
After I know
How's
her
it?
zodiac sign.
Okay,
Okay.
I get that.
So if you didn't know, then
Nah,
fair
I didn't
game.
know I'm just showing up.
nah.
Yeah, I am, but in a certain way, like people take sensitivity in certain ways, but for me, my sensitivity is which is why I think I went into the whole health and life coaching thing.
Mhm.
Is I have a lot of empathy for people,
Mhm.
and I want to help. Like I always want to help and do and talk to you. And okay, how are we going to work this out? How are we going to figure this out? And I'm always concerned. And if you're sick, Devon, I want to call you. I'm just checking up on you. You good? Like that's my type of sensitivity, as opposed to because I know some people they cry for every blasted thing.
It's not even crying. And when I say sensitivity is not crying, you take
Not necessarily. No.
cancers in general, they will say take things personally, like a little bit more than say a Leo. Like I said, like we don't really take very much personally. We're all just like, whatever, that's a you thing. We're moving on. Like it's just
I'm kind of like that too, but I know what you're talking about. I know some people that are like that.
yeah.
Off. That's what I
Yeah.
say. I'm joking.
Stop.
I'm playing.
All right. Well, that's a good way to start things off. But as we usually do, again, the key word is consistency. We have to ask the question to everyone in the room: what have you done to make yourself better today? So we'll start with Ms. LT.
And you know what? Because you guys are guests, well, even it doesn't have to be today. Let's say
you're new
within
to
the
show,
in the week, something recent.
Could be anything.
I think for me, like for the year, kind of like piggybacking off of what Devon was saying. I am a little bit more aware this year of other people's feelings a little bit more than usual. So before I say a certain thing or do a certain thing, I think a little bit more before I do it. So I'm on TikTok a lot, and there's this girl that I watch, and she was talking about just getting into the mix up and like being so like keen to it and listening and okay, what can I say to get into it? And she was saying that, certain people should just kind of calm down, ease off of it, and just, be aware of your surroundings and the things that you try to get yourself into. And not saying that I'm like doing that all the time, but when I do see things, especially information, as soon as I scroll up on on some sort of a social media thing, I'm like, I'm in it. Like I want to know more, and I don't really need to know more. It's just I'm just fasten up for no reason. And I think I kind of have a little bit of that in me, and I probably will, but I'll just kind of tone down a little bit because I don't really need to know. It's like, who cares?
Too fast.
Yeah. So being aware, like I to make myself better, being aware a little bit more before I do the action.
Okay. Ms. Jones.
Can I do two?
Yep.
Sure. We're
free flowing.
So today, officially, I started with a new therapist. So I had my first session to get my mind right, as they say. And that was really productive. And then the other thing that I've decided for the rest of the year is I kind of always put my clients ahead of like the things that I want to do. So I have started taking more time off, saying no more. I did a lot of years of yes. Shout out Shonda Rhimes. But now I'm ready to say no. And so I've been saying no more. And so we just booked a trip, even though I'm going to be away 2 Saturdays in a row. 2 Saturdays are my busiest days. I'm going to be away 2 Saturdays in a row. I booked a third Saturday in February off just to do something for myself because the other 2 were still working days. So yeah, so just trying to be better at saying no and not feeling obligated to everyone and feeling guilty for taking time for myself.
I like that. I like that
So
a
it's
lot.
year
I like
of
that
the
a lot.
horse and year of the no.
Yep. Year of you. It's the year
No
of
horse.
Every year is a year of me. I'm a
Stop
Leo.
horsing around. You.
I'm a Leo. Every year is a year of me.
Oh, there you go. See?
Go ahead,
There you
Toke,
go.
because I'm still thinking, to be honest. Go ahead.
Well, mine just happened, and it wasn't really per se to better myself. I picked up my daughter from school, and on the way, she was telling me she likes reading books, and she goes, "Oh, Dad, you think you can buy me a chapter book?" I'm like, "Chapter book? You read chapter books?" I said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, "Well, we're driving, and this is when I was kind of stuck in traffic." I'm like, you know what? Let's go buy some books. So we went over to Toys R Us. I said, "Pick any book you want," and she bought a 3-pack of a book. I don't know if you've heard of it, the Captain Underpants. 3 books at her level, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it was like a good chunk of change. I'm like, yeah, I think I should do this more often. Because I mean, she asked. I'm like, sure. I mean, it's better than her saying, can I have this or that thing, the non-productive stuff? Can I buy this and that? I'm like,
Candy or
no,
something.
yeah. I mean, books is great. And the funny thing about those books now, when she's done with them, Toys R Us has a program where they'll take those books back for credit.
Oh, really?
So,
That's
I was reading today, so I'm like, so
Okay.
they're this price. So after,
I guess they got to do what they can after they sold their souls to Amazon. But anyway,
well, but it's just almost like paying it,
forward.
paying
Yeah.
myself. Like, yeah. So yeah, I thought that was a bonus for me. I was like, I'm just gonna buy some books. I look at the poster. Oh, bring your slightly used books, and we will give you credit. I'm like, oh, sweet. Well, if she's done with these books in a couple of months, then I'll bring them back. We'll get new ones. Just
Big
like
up Captain Underpants.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
how old is she?
I love it. Yeah.
She's 7.
Wow.
Yes, she's 7. She is 7 going on 17, and she's
Wow.
making a mess right now. But yeah, she's my superstar. I mean, she's got a lot of gumption, a lot of go, and I try to enforce and can kind of allow it to breathe and let it do its thing. So actually tomorrow I have to take her, get her hair braided. Oh Lord. I mean, to sit there for hours just to watch people do someone's hair.
Well,
Like, that's not my thing.
Daddy duties.
Take her to Lola's.
Nope.
No.
You don't want to take them to family, because the family will be all in your business once you get there. You say, do that. Are you here?
Keep your business tight and it won't matter.
Where is your wife? Why is your wife not ringing? Where is your wife?
Where is your wife? I haven't seen you for so long.
Still not married.
That's what they do all the time. Just clap your hands. Yeah. But again, I don't try to mix that, because again, there's 2 of us, so I know her mom likes to go somewhere. I'm like, okay, sure. Let me split the cost, and then we're good to go, right?
That makes sense.
So I just avoid the drama. But we're good.
That makes sense.
Yeah. How about you, Slang?
Okay, I was here thinking, and I came up with the best I could. Is what I did to make myself better today is I had a very in-depth conversation with myself in the shower. I was giving myself some encouragement and planning for the next couple months of what I want to do and how I want to do it. At least I started to, and then there's the next step of actually putting it down on paper, and then the action. But first step was having the conversation with myself and making some preliminary decisions, so to speak. And I know people, we talked about this before, where people think that talking to yourself is crazy. I think it's one of the healthiest things you could do in life, because nobody knows you like you know you, as long as you're honest with yourself.
110%. Well said. Well said. But yeah, Sometimes you need that hype session. Sometimes you
Yeah.
need that
Yeah.
discussion. Sometimes you need that meeting to get
The
everything.
meeting. That's right.
Yeah, you need,
Daily.
yeah. I mean,
It's true. It's daily for me. That's very true. It is daily for me.
as much as a lot of people don't want to admit it, I bet you everybody's doing it. Once you wake up, do I want to go out and do this? Do I need to go to the gym? Yeah, I think I need to go to. So you're talking to yourself, right?
Yep.
So
I'm a firm
it's a
believer that
process.
everybody has that mirror.
Yeah,
That mirror, whether they're holding it up and looking
it's
at
always
it, it's
yeah, it's
actually
always
still
following you.
regardless.
Always
It's
there.
like your shadow, quote unquote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Well,
Mhm.
let's get into some talk, shall we? Let's get
Meat.
some talk. Let's go. Slang, you want to bring this talk?
So yeah,
pick?
well, I guess we kind of touched on mental health. We touched on the Zodiac. We touched on things, how coping, so to speak.
Mhm.
So the first question for the group is, how is this current economy? How are you dealing with it? How are you coping? Are you surviving or thriving? Or maybe not even, since we're on a show, you might not even be doing either one. You might be struggling. But how's that going for you? And in that, do you think it's different for men and women, the effects of the economy? Yes or no, and why?
Mhm.
Who wants to go first? Raise your hand.
This was a deep question.
Everybody is. Are
Mm-hmm.
we spurred?
You know what? I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I'll go first. So, as a single father who owns a home, and how the economy is, have had some ups and downs, and it takes a toll mentally. It drains you. Like sometimes I would wake up, I'm like, what am I gonna do with this bill that all of a sudden popped up, like, or the car, it has issues, and how am I gonna pay this? Or you get a speeding ticket, and like, how am I gonna get, and then on top of that, you have the dramas of work. You have the dramas of work relationships. You have the dramas of relationships, and so and again, when it comes to the economy, it's like you have to always be on top of it, and if you're not, you're gonna drown, and it's hard because again, the economy is not getting favorable for us. It's getting worse every single day. I saw a picture of someone who had 2 paper bags of groceries, and they said, "Oh, this is $175." And I'm like, "Damn!" Right? Back in the day, that $175 would fill up the whole cart. And I think I was talking with Slang. I said, Slang,
More than.
there's not exactly. But I was talking to you and said, what? Sometimes I don't even go grocery shopping because it's just pointless. I usually just buy something quick for my daughter because she's here for a short period of time. Like, there's no point to fill up my fridge of food of 100 and whatever dollars, knowing that it might not be eaten all at that time. And not to mention, I'm like, I can probably save the time and the energy and the money to get her something quick that can be delivered to my house real quick. So again, economy has kicked my butt, but again, I think as Slang has told me before, my resiliency has kept me level with it. So as much as it has kicked me in the butt, I am like scraping to get on top. I won't stop. So I won't let it get me. As much as it has beaten me down, I will not let it defeat me and give up. So that's my take on the economy.
One thing I can say for both you and Latanya in particular, you guys are always finding work. I don't know how you guys do it, but you guys always find work somehow, even when everybody's saying there's no jobs out there. You guys find it. I commend that 100%. Maybe to add to the question, like, do you even feel that the economy's affecting you in a bad way or in a good way? Maybe that helps.
Is
Go ahead. Yep.
No, go ahead.
Where's yours?
So for me, it can be tough. It could be tough, but we make it work. Like with Sean and I, we make it work. That is my partner, and there's a time. Actually, I could give you many examples of when I went to Metro or when I go to the supermarket, and when you pick up 3 things and it comes up to $50. Maybe, I guess it depends on the supermarket you go to, But even still, like even those other supermarkets, sometimes you see where it adds up pretty fast compared to the 80s.
Yep.
It's not the
Mhm.
same.
No
But
frills has frills now.
Still my favorite place to shop though, but go on.
yeah, it's still, and it's not too far from me. It's down the street. But regardless, we just kind of make it work by strategizing certain things. And yes, Omar, you're right. Like I tend to find jobs here and there. I'm a freelancer, so I'll do construction, I'll do Uber Eats, like I'll do all these little things that I can do to sustain money coming in,
Mhm.
um, until the things that I want to do takes off. So I just do these little jobs, and I enjoy the freelance world. But yeah, I pick it up and I put money aside, and even if it's $10 every, whatever, I put it aside, and I just don't. I pretend that it's not even there, and I just make it. I have it go in,
I
and
wish I could do
Mm.
that more. The pretending part that it's not there. It-
yeah, it's tough. It's tough because when you need it, the rainy days are every day, and
Yep. Rainy days, sunny days, snowy days, windy
yeah,
days.
you pull it up. But at least you have that frame of mind where you created that mindset where you can save if you really wanted to. And so that's what I kind of created for myself. And um, yeah, it's tough for some people. I know I have certain friends that are dealing with that because they have kids, they're on their own, and they have a mortgage to take care of. I don't know how they call it. Well, I don't know what they do. I guess it's just faith, hope, and consistency, and just holding on, and they don't give up.
Mhm.
But I definitely give my flowers to those women and men, because there's men that like you. I didn't know that you have your daughter, and you're able to do these things for her, and you make it happen when times are tough and the economy is rough. So I give my flowers to you as well. Um,
Before we continue, I think it's as a parent, the one thing that is probably the hardest part of the economy is showing that illusion that your children don't see you
Mm.
struggling, and
Mm.
that your sleepless nights, and you have to show, you have to put out that face, you got to say that everything's going to be okay, and you have to make
Mm.
sure that they're getting what, oh, are you hungry? Okay, let's go and get this. Let's, oh, you need this, let's go, and knowing that you might not have it, you have to find a way to get it, and they say, oh wow, and that smile is the fuel of your fire,
mhm.
right? So but again, behind the scenes you're like, oh my gosh,
How am I
what
gonna
am I
do
gonna
it?
do?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had that same discussion on my live because I do
Mm.
lives on TikTok. We had the same discussion with
Hmm.
our
Hmm.
parents growing up. Like I have a single, well, when I was living with her, she single parent, 3 jobs, 3 jobs, but when she still couldn't make ends meet for whatever reason, I would never know. Like later on, we would have talks about it,
Of
but
course.
when I was younger, like she never showed that.
Mhm.
My mom
Mhm.
was a good
That,
woman.
that gives me a question. Is it better to not like? Is it better to hide that from the kids, or is it? Let me ask you, Tokes. Are you ever just honestly telling her you don't have it?
No, I am Superman.
Okay.
that
Okay.
that is that is it. I am the man that can move mountains. I'm the man who will do anything and everything. They will never see me struggle.
Now, do you feel like that's better for you or her?
Well, I think I've made the choice to make sure it's better for her, because I was, again, raised in a house where that was open. You saw the struggle, and I'm like, no, I
Mm.
don't want to see that, because then it
Mm.
turns your superhuman parents to just average Joe. And again, there's nothing wrong for being average Joe, but you're looking up to these people, right? You're looking up to these adults to provide and make sure you're okay and everything's cool. And when you see them hurting, I'm like, man, then you start saying, what should I do? And I mean, when you're 12, 13, 14, whatever, don't want to think about what I need to do to help the house. You need to kind of work on the stuff that makes you you. So I don't want her thinking, oh, you know what? When she's a certain age, like, oh, maybe I need to do this, or maybe I need to do that, or I don't want to go into dancing, or I don't want to do that because no, I'm just gonna make it work. Just
But you
gonna
know
make it work.
I feel like that's a big reason why you can always find a job.
That's valid.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
That's a big reason why you can always find a job. I was raised the opposite. I was raised with my parents showing me that they were superhuman. I came out, I didn't know how to handle money. All of a sudden, I'm filing for bankruptcy. And with my siblings, all of us had problems with money because we had never seen it dealt with.
Struggle.
We'd never. It was literally like it grew on trees. Right.
So you're saying so because I saw it is why I won't like to go to that place. Okay. See, now you
I feel like there's a balance. I feel like there's a balance, right? Like it doesn't have to be either all or nothing, right? Like there has to be in a balance where sometimes she gets it or sometimes she doesn't, or not specifically for you. I'm just in general.
No.
And sometimes where it's just kind of like, okay, we can't get this now, but this is what we're going to do. And let's see if we can work towards this. And also, even like, we didn't really have to do chores for money or anything. We just got an allowance, right? So like I said, everything was kind of just handed to us on a silver platter. And so when we all got to university, I'm putting my siblings' business out there, but both of my siblings dropped out of university as soon as they got in because they just didn't value it, even though it was all paid for. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you've ever watched any of these reality shows like Young African and Beautiful, what is it called?
I know the show you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? Young
I know the
African
shows.
and Rich or something.
Rich as Chinese.
Everybody's so entitled to all these things. They've never had to work for things. And I literally had to reteach myself on, I got to work for stuff. Oh, people aren't just going to hand me things. What is this world? And for a while, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I almost failed out of university because of it. And if I didn't have to see my brother and sister go through it, thankfully they kind of showed me that example. I was like, oh, I can't do this, and I gotta pull myself up and figure this out. So that's where I get my hustle from now. But that was not from
upbringing.
Yeah,
very interesting. Because I think it's funny because in hindsight you see things that you didn't necessarily see when you were the kid. As Devon knows, Tom, you might know too. I moved a lot when I was a kid, and obviously a lot of that was financial struggles. But I don't think I knew that until late teens, and then by that time, we had moved to Brampton. They had bought the house, so things were much more stable. By the time I realized, hey, I grew up kind of not stable back in the day. But again, I didn't want for anything. There were no's because Jamaican parents, you're not getting everything, regardless if they have the money or not. You're not getting. You know, I get G.I. Joe this year. No more G.I. Joe. No, you have enough G.I. Joe.
Joe.
Yeah. Transformer, we don't need that. Yeah, we don't get everything. So, but that's not necessarily conveyed out of a lack of financing. It's conveyed as I'm your parent. You get what I want you to get or what I let you have type thing. So to Devon's point, yeah, I could see that too for myself. Like financial literacy is something that we barely. I don't nowadays. Like my nephew is very good with his finances because his dad taught him, but the generation before us, not so much. So that financial literacy wasn't coming out of high school, wasn't instilled, which I maintain high school should be teaching you how to balance a checkbook before they teach you trigonometry, because you're not using trigonometry after grade 12. So let's learn how to balance your checkbook. But anyway, so I can identify with that. Slightly back to the question. To the question, for me, The economy is effective, but it's funny. I feel like even in COVID and going forward, I've been a lot better financially than I was previously, which is the opposite for most people that I know. It's also my living situation. I'm in a family home. My sister owns it. I pay them rent. My parents are upstairs. We share food and so forth and so on. So I don't necessarily feel the impact that single people feel or people who live on their own feel. So that's the bright side. And I've had the same job for over 10 years. So the stability is there. It's not really it's not so much of a concern, except there is that if I lose this job,
What's
what
next?
then? Like, yeah, what am I'm not prepared that way all the way financially. Yeah, I have the savings. Yeah, I have some money stored away for the so-called rainy day. But if it turns into a thunderstorm or a tsunami,
Get the
we're in a
raft.
problem. We're in a bit of a problem. Which I think also knowing that and kind of seeing that the economy is going a certain way, it has helped me be much more mindful, much more saving, doing a lot more saving, investing into different things, much more than I did before. So I think it's, as you were saying, Tokes, it's important to be reactive rather than it's supposed to be important to be proactive rather than reactive. And that's what I'm trying to do more and more these days.
And just to finish off, I think everybody has that reactive / proactive, that gene in them. When push comes to shove, and they don't know what's going to happen next, something just triggers in them, and they go off and do what they need to do. Whether
I will definitely not say everybody, sir. I definitely will not say. I know some very whatless people, sir. I do, and I know whatless people with children. That's the scariest part.
So you're saying maybe because they haven't hit the wall yet. They haven't hit the wall. Like, everybody has their, oh my gosh, I lost my job. What am I gonna do? And then they have people with, oh my gosh, lost my job and my car. Oh, this is the point. Some people are, oh, I lost my job, my car, and my wife is leaving me. There's something that has to stop them in the face and say, yo, it's time to go. It's time to get something.
I want to
sooner than others.
I want to agree. Two things though. If having children is not enough for you to get up and go, nothing is, in my opinion. The second thing is we all kind of react to adversity differently. And I've reacted to adversity differently in different points in my life. There are points in my life where adversity made me go to a party and get drunk and drink. Or then there's the times like I'm saying now, it made me get more quote unquote responsible. But sometimes, and I don't think there's anything wrong with either one unless you're doing it in excess, and that's all relative. Because sometimes you do just need to go and get drunk. Sometimes that's something you just need to relax or just chill out and recollect your thoughts and get ready for the next fight that you have to fight. But sometimes you just have to fight. The problem is some people don't do either. Some people just stick to one side. I'm just gonna stay over here and be a drunkard, alcoholic, vagrant. And then there's the other side of people who are, I'm gonna work till I kill myself. There is a pleasurable medium somewhere. We all have to find it.
That's all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that you're trying to keep everything balanced. We're always trying to get to that level of homeostasis, right? Where we want balance. We want to feel balance within our bodies, within our lifestyles, within all of those things. I would say for the economy, for me, I'm doing pretty good. Slang knows, honestly, I hustled for the last 2 years. And like I said, the whole snake thing was I shed a lot of things. So I got rid of the contracts that weren't serving me, and I got new ones that were more aligned with what I wanted to do. And I'm a freelancer like LT, right? So I'm a independent contractor. So I'm always taking different contracts. So I've been booking a lot more like conferences, speaking engagements. I'm going to the U.S. to do to work at a retreat for a week. So I've had a lot of good things happen. And I don't even really say, I shouldn't even say a lot of things could happen. I've made a lot of good things happen. Right. And it was very intentional. There were some things that we wanted to do as a couple, in terms of savings, and that lit a fire under my ass. That was just kind of like, okay, if we need to do this, one, I got to clear up some of this debt that I got. So in order to do that, I got to make this amount of money. So I set a goal. I need to make this much every month, because as a freelancer and independent contractor, I can actually choose kind of how much money I make every month. Right. And so I was like, I got to make at least this much each month. And I hit that I actually succeeded every single month. I kept increasing it as we went, even though I had to take almost 2 months off because I had major surgery in the middle of the year. And that was another thing that lit a fire under my ass, is because I knew I was going to have to take time off. And when I take time off, no money's coming in, right? As a freelancer, right? So if I'm not working and I'm not places, nothing's coming in. So I hustled to make sure I had enough to sustain me. And I just kind of maintained that. So, the economy reminded me of why I left corporate, right? The way it is right now. And it's because you're very dependent on, I'm still dependent on other people. I work for other people. But at the end of the day, you're still very dependent, and for me, I got really complacent when I had a 9 to 5, right? Like you're just like, oh, I got this. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do this. I work half as much when I had a corporate job that I do now, but I actually enjoy working now. Like, you know what I mean? So, and the same thing during COVID, when everybody was crying during COVID, that's when I kind of started going in a better direction. So I don't know if it's adversity for me that drives me, but it's also like having a partner that I also have to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Not answer to, but like, you know what I mean? Like we have a plan and we're working towards something. So putting that together is very encouraging for me. When it's just me and I'm like, look, as long as I can eat tomorrow, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
I get what Slang's saying about kids, right? Like if I had kids and something happened, I am going to do whatever needs to be done. I'm going to move hell and high water in order to make sure that they are good. But thankfully, I don't have kids. And so I don't have kids. I don't have a mortgage. So I have a lot more control over where my money goes and how it's spent and all of those things. So, yeah, I think a lot of it boils down to how you choose to go forward. A lot of people will talk about the growth mindset versus the scarcity mindset. And I think it's a real thing. I really think it's a real thing of always thinking about, okay, how can I be better every single day? Right. And in doing that, it's not always monetary. A lot of it is like LT's doing her volunteering stuff. And I'm sure that is 10 times more gratifying than a lot of the checks that you get. You know what I mean? So living in your purpose and growing towards what you really want and the person that you want to be in this world is what keeps me going. And I think what keeps a lot of people going. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who are just like, let's make this money. You know what I mean? And money is...
It might be their purpose for them.
Right? Money is a good thing, but it's not my main thing. But I'm happy that I get paid for the things that I love doing.
I'm gonna piggyback.
Hold on.
Go ahead, LT. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that's the thing. Like when you enjoy what you're doing, you don't even realize that it's work. It's just something that you enjoy doing. And I think that when I'm trying to, like, for me, it's like I got my foot's in the door with what I went to school for. So once I am actually officially working with them, I know I'm gonna love it, and I'm not even gonna be thinking about paycheck. I just want to be able to help these kids. That's my main thing. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And before that, I was gonna say, when you were saying you guys have a plan, you're saving and all that stuff. You guys are like each other's accountability partner, and that's
the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the word. That's the word.
That's
I
true.
was like, what word am I looking for? That is it. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna piggyback off the main question. Is that, do you think the economy is forcing people like ourselves to go more freelance than to be more corporate, just because of the freedom of how you can make your money, how much you can make your money, or is it more stability and consistency on a paycheck that you're going to get no matter what it is? It's going to be coming. Can anybody kind of add to that? Because I'm a bit of both. I do corporate, but at the same time I have freelance. So, but I'm like, does one go full freelance and go running around the whole city, province, whatever, to make that money, or do you have to be kind of based on situations, secure the bag and maintain that, and manage your expenses that way? Anybody can answer.
I think a lot of people are doing both.
Yeah,
I think it's pushing you to do both. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, you go.
No, I was gonna say I don't think the quote unquote system would ever really want people to be independent, because having people work at jobs helps the system run. That's the battery of most of the system. Working corporate, as Devon was saying, it's the battery. And independent mindsets is not really what they want us to have, I don't think. So I don't think it's something that they're pushing for, but I think it's going to happen. What I also think is happening is the industry is changing. Like, the industries are changing. So it's not so much the factory jobs anymore. You're going to have to get some, I don't know, education, training in other areas rather than just lifting bucks. You have to do other stuff.
Right.
And that, I think, is what we're moving towards. The digital age, the industrial age is kind of pretty much over.
Yeah, it's gone.
Or on its way out the door. The digital age we're probably in the midst of it. And it might be going more that way, like even with AI and all these things, and the fear of jobs being taken away by that. So I think independence and freelancing is something that a lot of people are going to have to turn to, because the job simply won't be there.
You're right. Yeah, 100%. You're right.
But
I totally agree.
Go back to the point of asking, is it different for men and women? The change from it being an industrial age to a digital / information age actually is beneficial for women, more beneficial for women.
Again, we were talking about a lot of the structure and the infrastructure of cities were built on the sweat of men back in the day. Not because they're better. Again, we want to, but again, that's what was allowed. I mean, women weren't allowed to do some of the jobs just because. So the infrastructure is now set. Now that we don't need that, women can definitely go in, and we've had this conversation. Women are sweeping in, getting all these degrees, starting up all these companies and businesses and production. I mean, it's fascinating, because they were just sitting on the sidelines watching, not because they wanted to watch, but they knew they had the potential to do something. Now that they have the potential, they are skyrocketing past men. You're just amazed how people can. I mean, we'll talk about makeup and hair. That is a multi-million-dollar industry. You want to go into now directing and acting. Again, these folks are just flourishing now because they're allowed to do it. So I do believe now that the playing field is kind of leveled. You're going to see a lot of women.
It's not leveled yet. It's not leveled yet.
I was waiting for it. I was like, calm
No,
down.
no,
Yeah.
no. I said level as in the need for the men is not really needed. I'm saying the infrastructure is already now that the infrastructure is down, the people who will flourish will flourish. They will, whether it's man or woman, if you got the skills, you're going to succeed because it's not because of your gender now. It's not because you're, well, I want to say not because your race, because it's still
I
like
wouldn't
that.
even say now, but I think it's coming.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's not there yet, but it's
I
coming.
still don't think we're there. Like, there's still very much a boys' club, especially in corporate America, and that's why a lot of women are self-employed.
Mm-hmm.
They have to start. They have to start their own thing in order to get the respect and accolades and the pay that they deserve. Essentially,
My girlfriend, she's an electrician, and
oh wow,
it's tough for her
yeah, I can believe
get
that.
where she is right now, and the prejudices and
she's black as well, I assume.
Black, yeah.
Mm.
The whole like
Double whammy.
you sure you can do that? Like that. She had to go through all of that. She had to go through being the only woman working in a group with a group of men where she felt like she had to prove herself, but she was able to prove herself and did her paperwork, her tests, her, you know, all that stuff. And now where she is, she's in a very good spot.
Good.
Yeah.
But she had to go through a lot to get to where she is right now. Yeah. So when you said that, I was triggered because
it makes sense. It makes sense.
The man them are still in control, and so, but even the women are coming up, but the man are still in. And dare I say,
they don't want to relinquish
control.
They don't want to relinquish control.
No, who does?
That's it. Yeah, they don't want to relinquish.
And dare I say it, I was like, I would also say that a lot of the women who are in higher up positions,
this too,
are still trying to keep that status quo.
Yep.
Right? Like, the reason why they got there is because they were ready to fall in line. Right? And so they know that their job is to maintain the status quo. So, you know, not all skin folk are kinfolk. That adage, it's the same. It's a similar thing within gender also. Right?
Makes sense.
And a lot of them don't even realize that they're doing it. That's the thing.
That's the key thing.
Still have it can only be one of us.
That's the game.
Right?
That
So it better be me.
Yep.
And I'm going to do whatever it takes to make that me.
That's the brainwashing that was put into place to make you think the way you were. That's the only way you were. That's how it's supposed to be.
Patriarchal order.
I'm just saying. I mean, we gotta be frank about it, man. I mean, I'm watching videos and I'm watching shows and I'm like, man, look where we came from. And again, I'm coming from an African background. I'm like, yeah, this would never fly back in the 80s. The way it's so free for people to do what they want to do now. No, you would
said 80s,
again,
not even 90s.
Well, I mean, I'm just going back to what I watched when I was a young kid. When I saw my dad get up in the morning and do this and do that, and then he came home and sat down and just chilled. And meanwhile, my mom's, you know, taking care of the house, and you know, she'll do some side things just because she was bored, right? So, but then again, when the transition to the 90s happened, and again, as I told you, the struggles were shown. Yeah, she had to kind of step in and play her part in the family and help maintain, because again, he was only one man, because he again was getting the struggles of being a black man, an international man, and not getting the love and the looks that he should be getting. So again, mother had to pop in and say, okay, well, I can go do this. And that's when you have the mother doing 2 jobs and still coming home and take over there and take care of the kids and so forth. And then you, on top of that, knowing that there was a struggle, they now put the onus on the children to play their part. So again, that's where you learn to cook, clean, sew, iron, and all this stuff. So when I was telling people, you know, oh, you can cook it. Yeah, mom taught me how to cook. Oh, you can iron, you can sew, you can look. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was common knowledge to do all this. A lot of people, it's not so common for a lot of people because they didn't have to do that. Their families were taken care of a certain way, and they didn't have to worry about all that stuff because they didn't struggle as much as I did.
Well, there was a lot of households. There was girl chores and boy chores.
You
Right?
have no girls. I mean, what did you do?
Oh,
It's altruist.
honestly, if you had a sister, oh, her life.
No, you're right, and that's the
You
thing.
did
Yes,
that for her.
you're 100% right. If I had a sister,
She would do more for sure.
it would
My
be
sister
do
definitely
everything
more.
because again, I see it in my
Especially if
cousin.
she's older.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
she would be,
I tell you, PTSD.
yeah, she would be done for. She would-
No, that's a
she
fact.
would-
Absolutely.
that would be harsh. I feel bad for the potential sister I could have had in that state because it wouldn't be healthy.
Okay.
And again,
That's probably why I always say that's why I like doing floors, because it wasn't one of my jobs. I wasn't allowed to vacuum. That was that was my brother's
makes
job.
sense.
that was the boy job.
Yeah, that's why I love vacuuming now, because I never got to do it.
Interesting.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
And what
so
about
that
dishes?
makes sense.
What about dishes?
I hate dishes. I always had to do dishes.
Yeah, see,
But-
I didn't appreciate just dishes until I got a dishwasher.
I was like, I do it. I do them, but I don't like it.
I don't like none of it. Let me
Yeah.
just tell you that. Well, I do it.
But you do it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
do it.
that's not out of like. That's out of the sense of duty.
Responsibility. Being
Yeah,
a
responsibility.
responsible
I don't like none of it.
You
None
don't like
of
the
it.
chores at all.
But as I tell her all the time, my mother is OCD, so because of her,
You can't leave a
I've
phone.
inherited some of it. Yes, I can't see certain things and just leave it. It's very difficult. It bothers me. Like
Mm.
I get
could
yelled at all
feel
the
it. I can feel it. It's just yeah. It's
You
insane.
just see that look.
Yeah.
What is that doing over there?
I know. Trust me.
That's it.
No.
He doesn't even like the way that I put the garbage bag in the garbage bin.
Yeah,
It has to be a certain
very,
way
What?
That's
that is
right.
more productive.
You got a piece of
Garbage Nazi over here. Hey.
You know, it's funny with that. Like I was watching this. I was watching this thing. I've been practicing my backhand, but I've been watching this thing where they were talking about men. There were differences saying men don't all like to do chores a lot of the times because when they try to do it, the woman tells them they didn't do it the way that it should be done. And it's because it's not her way. Like she's used to doing it a certain way. And if he'll try. And then when she goes, oh, that's not the way, then he's just like, okay, well, what the hell am I doing it for?
Yeah.
I've been there. That's how my mother was. So I know how
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
And I realize I am the woman that way. Like I like things done
Done a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the Virgo to bring it full circle. They say that's a Virgo in me that we like things done a certain way, which I think everybody
Particular.
likes things
They're very
done
particular.
a certain way. But
Hey,
yeah,
I got you.
apparently.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I can see that. No, let's move on. I was gonna ask another
Okay.
question.
Okay. Okay. We got
Unless you guys want to stay here, we could continue. But
It's up to you. You running it.
Tokes,
Yeah, if you got that question, you can send it, or we can go off to the
I think my
video
question,
footage.
my question was gonna be because we kind of touched on it with Latanya and Devon and myself. Tokes, you're single right now, but do you find it easier or harder financially when you're in a relationship as opposed to single?
Sorry, say it again. Easier or harder if
Financially, like, do you find it
going all around or just for Tokes?
everybody?
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes, and in some ways yes, in some ways no.
Mm.
Because there's sometimes where I feel like I wouldn't spend as much because there's stuff that we are like, oh, like there's stuff that you want to do, so we'll go and do your stuff, which may cost money. Whereas there's times where I might have not spent that money, but that's your choice to do things. And I'm sure there's things that I'm like, I want to do this, and you're spending money that you didn't expect to spend, right?
No,
So
no.
it's hard to like you have to plan together. I feel like if we live together or whatever,
It changes somewhat, yeah.
it changes so much because we're a little bit more intertwined and our finances are more entwined. but in as a couple that live separately and travel. Oh my gosh, the amount of gas I've spent because this guy lives so far away from me.
Yeah,
Those
she lives so far, bro. She lives
in the boondocks outside of the city.
behind God's back. She lives.
Who lives outside the city?
You live behind God's back.
I
Yeah.
live inside the city.
That makes it far for me. I don't know why city people think that everything outside of the city is far. Like it's far to go into the city.
Anyways, yeah, so gas, yeah, so there's a little bit of both, I would say. Sometimes, and then there's other times where it's kind of like, because we take turns paying for stuff, so it's just kind of like it ends up still evening out. Like, you know what I mean? Because like even if you pay this time and then I pay next time, we're still both because it's like next time I'm paying, but it's more than I would have paid for myself. So I might, like, you know what I mean? So
Valid
I don't think it's saving me money because we live apart. I feel like when we live
Shifted.
together, then at least we're cutting expenses in terms of living expenses.
So let me tell the truth. No, I'm joking. Tanya, what are you saying? How about you?
So I know some people, they like to live the 50-50 lifestyle. I don't really live that with a partner. It's not 50-50, it's just whatever. Like if now, because I'm not really working like that, like he makes a little bit more, so he'll take care of certain things. But it's like if, for example, you open the fridge and there's like a few things missing, we need milk, we need cheese, we need da. There's no it's like whoever sees it, they buy it type of thing. And then same thing, like Devon was saying, like it's, if we go out, it's just, sometimes we even split, we split whatever it is. Sometimes he pays for it or sometimes I'll pay for it, but it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like we're the type, we could go to Tim Hortons and we're happy, so it's not really that, it's not too tough. It's not effective in a crazy way. It's just whatever, whoever has it does it.
Okay.
I literally thought
women
they
are
were going
lucky.
in a very different direction. I thought you were going to be like, I don't really do the 50-50. He has to pay for everything. Like
I would have thought that too for a second, but I was like, oh, it's Latanya. I don't think that's right. But then for a second, it's like, yeah, well, things change.
Yeah. Yeah. In the beginning, actually, sorry. In the beginning, because between partners, sometimes people, they have their, out of the two, someone's gonna have their downtime. So in the relationship, in the beginning, he had a downtime, and I was working at the hotel at the time, and I was able to, like, money was coming in. It was good. I had 3 jobs, Omar. See, I was working at Adidas. I was working at the hotel, and those 3 jobs, and he was down. I helped him out. And now that I'm in a situation where I don't work the 9 to 5 anymore, it's just, now it's like, okay,
his turn.
What do you need? Yeah, it's just like, what do you need? But then, it's just, we just help each other out.
Yeah.
I think that's based on the relationship you have with your partner to make the way it is. Because bless the men you have there that are doing this, because I went in a relationship thinking, okay, I wouldn't say 50-50, but we're going to split whatever and do whatever. That wasn't the case. I had to, I wouldn't say had to, but I took the responsibility of forking off the bill for a lot of things to make it work, right? And because of the person's way of lifestyle, I was biting the bullet for it because they thought they needed this. I was the one that had to get it. I bought, I'm looking at it right now. It's an eyesore, but I have a $1,700 wardrobe that I'm like, well, it's holding stuff. But it's not the stuff that was supposed to be there for. But again, I mean, I took the responsibility to do that because I thought, being a man, okay, let me just hold the fort or whatever. But when push comes to shove, I didn't get that reciprocated in return for anything else. And I'm like, well, why? Why not? Like, I'm
Yeah.
dropping dollars.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you know what? Now, like you said, your man had a downtime, and not per se I had a downtime. I had a decent job at the time, but I'm like, you know what? Hey, how about you do this? No, like, wow, okay. So then I'm gonna do it anyways because it had to be done. So, and it was draining. It was honestly draining. The fact that you were not getting the same effort in return when it came to finances, such as, whether it's groceries or whatnot, or whether it's eating out. I mean, someone would choose to eat out or buy certain things outside than instead of cooking a meal together. I mean, that you would think that would save money. No. But again, because I was trying to continue the relationship, I'm like, okay, well, she says okay. I mean, she says this, okay, let's do that, just to keep the house happy. I was living that whole happy wife, happy life type of thing, and I'm like, it's not the way to go. Always kind of shoot yourself in the foot at some point.
Your
Because,
happiness.
yeah, exactly. I was putting my happiness on the
Back burner.
frames of their happiness,
Mhm.
and I shouldn't do that. And I know not to do that now. So I realized that, hey, this is not working for me. I need to do something for myself and cover my bases in my head before I go off and do anything for them. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, hence the podcast. I mean, this is something I have invested in. I put a lot of money in. I will continue to do that, or anything that I do production wise. And I'm like, anybody that comes to my life will have to understand that this is what makes me happy. So if you're not a part of that, and I'm sorry, you will have to go somewhere else. So
As it
So-
should be.
I have a question. SirToks, did you hesitate or feel a way having a discussion with her about, okay, so can we do this together?
Good question.
the in terms of finances, because the decision to make to get said wardrobe was made together.
Hmm.
So it was like, okay, and I thought, we're all in it. So we were planning this whole, we measured, everything was together. When it came down to fork up the bill, it was me forking up the bill.
Yeah. So
So
that's
what happened at the cash register then?
yeah.
It wasn't, we didn't go to the cash register. It was online. You know how it is. I mean, we set
okay.
up, we used we measured the space that we were going to do, and we kind of figured out what items, how you can build your own wardrobe and whatnot. So we planned it out and made sure certain things, like even to the point where we thought everything would be split. So I can have a certain amount of space and they would have a certain amount of space. At the end of the day, they had about 60% of the space and I had the rest. And then at the end of that,
Sorry.
I still had to fork up the whole, bill for it. So I'm like, we didn't really have a discussion about it. And
Well, okay,
I
sorry.
thought,
Sorry to just pause you. When you, because if I'm not, let me just make sure I'm understanding. I think what Tanya is asking you is, prior to buying the wardrobe, what was the decision? For example, like, what was the decision? What was it? Was it you're going to pay for it, or you're both going to pay for it?
there was no discussion about that. So I guess I was assuming the role of it was going to be split. But at the end of the day, when it came down to paying for it, psych.
Psych.
Yes. You know where that wardrobe would be? Still in the store.
Yeah. It would have been returned. It would have been returned.
If I was,
But I mean,
again,
in her defense,
smarter, yes.
And at the same time, in her defense, if the discussion is not made, she's assuming that you're paying for it, and you're
Again,
assuming it's split. So
right, because
nobody's
again,
wrong,
I thought,
quote unquote.
I'll take that on the chin. I thought, again, like I said, I was building my happiness through her happiness, and I shouldn't have done that because, again, she would like this, and as I was doing, I said, okay, we're building lives together. And then all of a sudden, I'm forking up this bill. I'm like, that's gonna hurt, right? And then hindsight's 2020, and now we're not together, and I still have this thing. I'm like,
well, at least I was just gonna say, at least you got the wardrobe.
Yeah, at least you got
yeah, I'm right. Like I said, it's not the wardrobe anymore.
Damn it.
It's a shelving unit for many things. So I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. Don't worry. It's gonna work. That $1,700 is gonna be used 3 times over in multiple ways. It's been moved
He's
4
using it for
times.
everything. Using
Yeah,
it for
it's
everything.
everything. It's
Yeah,
everything now.
it could
It's
be
not just a
anything.
wardrobe. It is a everything.
It's a kitchen
spot right
table.
now.
It's a dishwasher. everything.
TV's in there somewhere. Printers are there. The big desk. Yeah, it works. It works. So again,
Note to self, Devin, I'm not buying a wardrobe.
Actually, no, because you need one. But
No, I
yeah,
know.
you
Like,
yourself.
you
I
see,
already know
but
you need one.
Yeah,
You
you
need-
heard that, right?
Yeah,
That's how
you
it
need
starts.
one.
That's how it starts. But
You
you
need one.
needed it. Meanwhile, all her clothes is in it. But you needed it. Yeah. To answer the question for myself, and then we probably got to wrap. We're probably not gonna even get to the other subjects. But
Oh damn, you're right.
But yeah. But anyway, like Devin was saying, I think it is a bit of both in that you do share expenses to a degree. But because we don't live together, we're not sharing the major expenses yet. But you do share certain little, dates and whatever. You're like, she'll go to the grocery store and I might need something and she just pays for it, or vice versa. I'm going to the grocery store. I need strawberries. Okay, I bring strawberries. So there is that. There is on the other side of it, if I don't have nobody in my life, I ain't buying as much gifts and stuff that I'm buying now. Like, just for example, I bought myself some earplugs, like the open air earplugs, and she saw them, and I was like, yeah, these are really good. And she's like, oh yeah, these look good. So I bought her a pair. I wouldn't have to do that. So that's the $40-$60 that just flew out of my pocket.
Just because.
I'm just trying to tell you how he's a sweet man, eh?
That I am.
Smooth criminal.
He's just be like, look at me being considerate, guys. Look at me.
But
Exactly.
and to that point, in all honesty, I don't. Not that I'm not considerate.
You are
And
considerate.
I'm not no. Yeah, I am. But I don't consider myself as considerate for like family and friends as I am for my love interest. That's kind of my nature. I try to be more. I've been more conscious of that as I've gotten older. So I try to do more stuff for my parents and try to do stuff for my sister and stuff like that. But in the past I used to be very much so. If I don't have a girl, I'm selfish, quote unquote. I mean, to a degree, obviously.
It makes sense. Who you spend it for? Yourself. No one's around. I'm going to put it on me.
Yeah,
Why not?
pretty much.
I get it.
Or buy nothing at all, which beyond clothes, that is my usual MO.
Those are them. I get you.
Well, you know what? Let's end on a little bit of a light note. Let's go with that video, although it's not too light of a video. But let's get our comments on. Do you have the video that
I do. Yeah.
So
let's
go? Watch this video and then get everybody's comments and then get the hell out of here.
That Unc wasn't the
Let's
restaurant owner. It wasn't. The real outrage is that the term tendernism was trademarked by the restaurant owner. What we are witnessing is an old black man being used as a mascot for another man, white man's restaurant. And let's be honest, after seeing all those viral videos of the meat falling off the bone, anybody would want to try it. It was tendernism that made this restaurant explode online. People come to see him. Keith Lee came to see him. The viral fame, the business, the buzz that came from Unc, not the owner. But when Keith tried to leave a $4,000 tip, security stopped him, saying Unc was too busy. What made people even angrier was the owner's response afterward.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done.
The way the owner speaks and Unc's energy just makes the whole thing feel uncomfortable. And ever since then, the owner has been showing up in every tendernism video. Now, the restaurant is getting canceled, with people saying the owner mistreated Unc and he doesn't get paid for all the popularity he's brought to the place. What's your take on all of this? People thought the word...
Okay, there you have it. What is your take?
Anybody like to go first? Don't speak all at once now.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. Social media is social media. That man dipped in, took advantage, and dipped out. 15 seconds of fame, 15 minutes of fame, whatever. He's going to use it. It made him a ton of money. Got a lot of recognition. Remember, you said good news is, I mean, bad news or good news. If you're still talking about him, he's made it work. So it is what
You're talking about the store owner when you say that, man?
Yeah. The store owner. He saw something that twinkled in his eye, and he threw it out there, and it worked, and then it ran with him. Now, because he was getting too much fame, he had to step in and say, hey guys, it's me. Oh, it's you. Okay, well, cool.
I don't know if that's what happened. I think he got exposed, like quote unquote. I think he got exposed, and then he started to appear in the video because people found out that's what was going on.
But if he already had the agreement to, like, if Uncle already had the agreement to do what he was doing, who was anybody else to say anything about it?
That's my question. My question
is, the money came into play when this guy said he wanted to drop a $4,000 tip. That's when I knew that this guy came out and said, "Hey, you know what? It's me, guys. It's not Unc. It's me." That's what I'm saying. He said, he let him dance, let him do his thing, and then all of a sudden, hey, there's money on the table. Oh, wait. It was my idea, guys. Here. Oh, it's you. Okay, and that's when they get the whole canceling. Oh, it's true. People are fickle on that, man. They're fickle.
I feel like what had happened was Unc was known for saying that in the restaurant. He worked in the back, and he'd be like, "Look at his tenderism," and then one day somebody filmed it, and it went viral, right? And so they capitalized on it. And I see what you're saying in terms of the, like, Keith Lee not being able to leave the tip and whatever, like that in it itself. I was like, that was not great. But I feel like the rest of it before that, I feel like was just kind of like something that happened. It went, it was just business. Like, you were just like, oh, this was great. You know what I mean? Like, did he do that many videos after that? After the main one, or was that one? I feel like I only saw the
He's
one.
done a lot. I mean, he's done a lot with like even Jordan the Stallion, like different people have gone and done videos with Unc doing the same thing. So it definitely made the restaurant more popular. But to your point, that's kind of my question. If it went the way that you were surmising that it went, I agree with you. If Unc became famous on his own merit and like his own idea, just he was the one that got lucky with it. It wasn't them putting him out in front to do that. Then it is just business until you start getting more customers in the restaurant. If Unc is directly responsible for you making more money, then just business becomes, well, what about his business? Does he get more money now? Because he brought more people there. That would be my question. It depends on how it actually began. But regardless of how it began, if Unc is directly responsible for getting more attention and more butts in your restaurant to eat more food and you make more money, break Unc off a little something more. And it doesn't even have to be $1,000. Right. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what is, I don't even understand why is security stopping you from tipping the man?
No idea.
He was saying he was stopping him from going to see Unc.
Which is still, that's terrible. That's,
you know how these videos are sensationalized. They tell you the thing, but they make it seem like, because it really sounded like he was just saying he's in the back, he's busy. And I was like, did they tell him specifically that they were going to give him something? Like, I don't know. And maybe they did. I don't know. I wasn't there.
That's true too. But I do think I haven't watched it. I think Keith Lee was one of the people responsible for exposing the whole situation. So but you're right. It still could be sensationalized. But Elle, you have any input?
Thoughts? You guys pretty much said what I would say. And has this kind of thing happened before where there's stardom that you could think of? Right.
Yeah. And Jemima.
No, no. Aunt Jemima was a business though, but I'm going to go back to freaking American Idol. This is what brought chills to my head, because before, when American Idol started, it was not that popular. Yes, you had talent, but when that boy William Hung came on and made a fool of himself, that man was doing tours. Like they had tours because of this guy. And then it died down. And then that guy pants on the ground. That again, they brought the fool out there and made him do whatever he wants. And then everybody was popular. They wanted to see who's the next sensation to come off the show and whatever. The show is not great, but once you have someone that kind of piques people's interests, they're going to throw them out there. And he was everywhere. And American Idol is going to take that credit. You know, it's American Idol's William Hung on tour with whatever or blah blah. Like they're gonna take that credit and let that 50 minutes of fame go up until it dies out, and then where he's at. Done.
So,
I don't know if I put them on the same. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say. So then the real question is like, how do we protect our creators while still allowing the ideas to grow?
Because I say it's a little bit different because
Ownership.
it's a different world, and it was also a different platform, right?
Yeah.
So when you're on TV, every time he's on TV, he's getting paid to be there regardless.
We hope.
Right?
Yeah, we hope. We don't know.
They literally cannot not pay them. As soon as, especially like when they did the auditions or whatever, that's different. After the auditions, anytime he showed up, they have to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's just in the laws of acting world and
Okay.
that, right? That it's not the same with social media. That's why I say with tenderism, what is tenderism's name?
Unk. We don't
Just unk.
We don't
Just
know.
unk.
See, even that. Like, what's the man's name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With him, is he getting paid for every video that he makes? Is he like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's.
But that's sorry.
And when he went on tour, I'm pretty sure that William, what's his face, got paid.
Got paid.
Yeah, but again, the portions is different.
Otherwise, he was not getting paid to sing nowhere else.
That's but to your point as well. Also, I think Unk wasn't getting paid on Instagram because maybe some of the people that were bringing him on their platform to increase his platform, it's his restaurant, and that's how he's going to get paid. Like we're helping promote Unk, Unk's restaurant. We're not helping to promote the employee of Burger King. We're helping to promote Burger King, or we're using Wendy to promote Wendy's type thing. So that I think is a factor that makes it also a little different than William Hung. But what makes it similar is that both parties probably didn't get what they deserve, is the word, with air quotes.
I think William Hung got enough.
Considering I understand what you're saying because his talent didn't speak to what, you know what I'm saying? His talent wasn't what he was getting paid for.
But he was a superstar. For that short period of time, he was a superstar.
Yeah, but they also took advantage of the fact that he was clearly because at the time, like I said, he was very clearly on the spectrum, right?
Yes.
So they took advantage of his I don't want to say disability, of his ability.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Of his ability and put him on a stage for that. So like his people, his parents, his people, they're as equally as responsible for that as for him. With Unk, if Unk is getting taken advantage of, like what is Unk's story? You know what I mean? So like these other influencers now, you went out of your way to put it in tenderism. Okay, you're Keith Lee now. You're this influencer now. Now, why aren't you finding out his real story now? Instead of focusing on this owner, which you're still giving him more attention, how about you focus on Unk and find out what his real story is and give him, or somebody else, give him a job, give him a business, give him a truck.
That's valid.
Right?
I do believe, I think, again, it's the face. It's the face. It's the mannerisms of Unk that sold it. I mean, there's probably a whole bunch of other people who are using the same recipe. Unk doesn't work every day. On his day off, someone's gonna be cooking that stuff and saying, "Hey, tender right, blah, blah." I'm like, okay, what happened to Jill or Bill or Biff? Those guys probably do the same thing, but because of his little mannerisms, he got in front of the camera. So they're going to use that because they thought it was quirky and funny. That's what they're doing.
That's true. That's true because even with like the groups, certain music groups, and you have the original 4 in the 90s and you see them coming back out again. I've heard people say, yeah, I'll go to that concert if so-and-so is in that thing because they want to see that face. They don't want to see.
It's not the group per se.
It's not the same.
Songs, per
Boys
se.
the Man was only 3 of them. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Even though they still sound really good.
I do,
Even
but,
though Nate,
I
Nate
hear what
does
you're saying.
the deep voice parts.
But same
But
with
the nostalgia is part of
TLC.
Mhm.
Same with TLC. A lot of TLC concerts were just like, oh, they're watching a video.
They can't help that though.
No, what I'm saying, I know what you're saying, but that's the point. Is like it has to connect
Need
with you.
that
There's
person.
a reason why
Yeah.
they're going to that.
Somebody
right?
is the
So-
star. There's a standout in every Wu-Tang. It's Method Man. I wasn't going to see Wu-Tang if Method Man is not
Exactly,
there.
and
What's the point?
that was probably one reason why I went, because I knew Method, and they Wu-Tang knew, and they put him on his own set by himself in that concert. Like a whole second half was all him, and that's what people wanted to see. So again, they're going to use their meal ticket to get the best bang for their buck, right? And that's what this restaurant is doing. Their meal ticket is Unk, and he's putting on a great show, but who knows if he's even getting anything for it?
I think that's
And
the
who
thing
knows if there's
people
anybody
are-
else?
I think that's the thing that people are worried about, that he's not getting compensated properly. It's not even that he's doing the videos, it's just, is he getting compensated properly?
There is
So
the other part.
Just find out.
The other part is what they did touch on in the video is the racial factor, is the Aunt Jemima, is the Uncle Ben vibe of it, that you put this old black man on the front of the box to sell what's in the box. Because to Tokes' point, which I didn't think of before, it's probably not even his recipe. Like, he's just a cook in the back.
He's
So
just a man who he saw fall off, and he just
he didn't
one day on
create
his job.
the nuggets. He just puts them in the box. So there's that part of it, which for some reason doesn't bother me as much in this situation. But I do understand the historical implications of the white guy using the black old man to sell his product. There is something there for that, because we are what cool is. So what we do, people want to do. I don't know if that hits the same way if it's an old white man. I don't know. I
But
don't think so, but I don't know.
can I devil's advocate?
Absolutely.
So, like, what's the hot sauce? Red Hot, Mike's Red Hot or something?
Oh, yeah.
With the grandma.
Put that on everything.
Put that on everything.
Yeah.
They used a grandma because that's
It's not
the person, you know, like it's like, oh, grandma's cursing. Okay, baby.
Right,
just like where's the beef?
Yeah, where's the beef? You know what I mean?
Valid,
And
valid,
it's
valid.
like their character. It's literally their
Caricature.
characters.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it. That's all they're using him for, as a character.
Yeah, and that's the
honestly.
thing. But the thing is, they're doing that for everybody.
And that's why I think the real
True.
upset. The real reason why people are upset is they want to know if he's actually getting compensated properly.
Yeah, which he's not.
That's it.
Which he's
when
not.
people say-
Like, there's no,
exactly.
there's no.
When a man's
he's-
going to give you
he's not.
$4,000 check, and you're saying, "Oh, this guy's too busy in the back."
Yeah. Come on.
Really? You're telling me he
Come on.
can't go? Because there's chefs that come out and they say, "Oh, we loved what you made. Can we talk to the chef? They'll bring that person out, shake his hand, take a picture, whatever."
But
This
he's
guy's
not.
in the back.
He's not the head chef. The head chef is this. Most head chefs are standing around telling people what to do.
Yes, I know.
He is
for
not
sure.
the head chef. He is the worker.
He's just a worker.
But damn, $4,000. Let the guy take a
Bro, let him
10-minute
get his
break,
stuff.
sir. Come on, son.
That's 4K
But yeah,
right now.
hey,
Didn't reach him.
I gotta get out of here, so we
That's
gotta.
where.
We gotta wrap.
That's where it got. messy.
Yeah, that's where he got ugly. That's where he got ugly. Anyways, that's it for another show. Another great episode. Again, consistency is key. We want to thank our guests, Devon and LT, for having us with you. Thank you. And again, you're more than welcome to join us again anytime,
Absolutely.
Thank you for the
place.
invite. Thank you. I had a great time.
Not a problem. Tell your friends and share this. And don't forget, drop me your social media information so I can definitely tag that into the description, because we want you to get noticed, because we're
Mine
getting
is
noticed. So why don't you get noticed?
Devon MD Jones. That's
Do we
it.
get paid? No, I'm just joking.
No
Whatever
auntie,
he said.
no aunt, no aunt, no.
Yes, tell him.
Here's actually here's your payment. Promote your social
Yes.
medias and the things.
Oh
that you
yeah,
do.
you guys have to come on my live.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I do it on
Hey, I'm
TikTok.
down.
So I don't know if
Oh,
you guys
TikTok
are.
Live.
I
Okay,
know
yeah.
Omar's, but I don't know if
I
I'm
Devon.
on there. I'm on there.
My
yeah,
TikTok
we
is
can do.
everything is the same. Devon MD Jones everywhere. Website, Instagram, Facebook,
Email address,
TikTok,
everything.
Okay,
Everything.
so you guys have to come on my live then.
Okay, and when do you do it? Like, what's
Yeah,
it
let us
called?
know.
When do you do it? Give us the
Yeah.
Okay,
break it
Here's the
so
rundown.
gosh, where do I start? Okay, so I have two handles. One of them is my food channel page. It's called Around the World in 5 Bites, and that's like a
Solid.
umbrella of a whole bunch of stuff that I'm doing. But I have lives 3 days a week on TikTok. One is called gosh, there's so many. Talk. I just changed it today, so I'm gonna.
On the spot. Oops.
With the other one, it's a food reveal. So I go to different restaurants and I just buy food. Like every month, I dedicate my energy and I explore a specific restaurant from a different country. So on Sundays, I do the food reveal, and you don't know what it is until that day, which is Sunday night. And then on Tuesday, I have a show called Kitchens Closed, Conversations Open. And I put the panel up. So whoever wants to come on, they could come on and we have deep discussions. And then the other one, it's just, I'm on every day in the morning. And it's just like a
Get ready with me type of thing.
chit chat, talk, tea and talk type of thing. So yeah, that's it. Anyways, Omar, I know you have to go. So
Yeah, no, that's good. I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, we definitely just hit us up. I mean,
wait, let me take a picture of your thing. You said your names are the same on TikTok?
Mine is.
mine is.
Well, you already know mine. You're on mine already.
I think mine has a 21 on it, so I'm not sure. SirToks 21, but yeah, we'll
Okay.
be definitely touching base, and we'll
I'll put
definitely
there in a minute.
we will now raid your live eager audience and bring this lovely energy. So again, thank you again for popping in and hanging out with us. And you're more than welcome to do it again. We love talking to people. The more the merrier. As you can see, we had topics that we just kept on going. So that's all good. But again, thank you again. Consistency is key. Slang has got to go. So we're going to get out of here. Everyone have a great night. We'll see you again next time. Peace and love.